Are you ready?
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
All right, let's do it. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins.
Yep.
There's a lot going on today. Supreme Court is figuring out, should dongs be in girls' sports?
This is the most insane. I was raging about this morning. I mean, you think as divided as this country is, and we are.
Yeah.
Very divided, right? We can disagree on a lot of different things. We can vehemently disagree. We can protest about a lot of different things. But one thing that should unify us is no dongs in girls' sports.
But we can't have that.
I don't understand.
Well, because
honestly, I don't.
Because Democrats have been taken over by radical left-wing activists who are actually insane.
God, man. I mean,
that's
this
really
should
what
be
it
an
comes
easy
down
one.
to.
But there has to be a tipping point. I understand you've got the far left of the party and they sort of take over. But if you still have sanity, you can stand up and say, hey, open border, dongs and girls' sports? No.
Well,
okay, that's a line crosser.
That's it. There's the line. I don't understand. Who's defending this? Well, somebody is. Lots of people are.
Lots of people are.
Well, I just wonder if Ketanji Brown, well, you saw her, Ketanji Brown Jackson, she said during her confirmation hearing that she's not a biologist. So has she recused herself from this? Well, no, but.
No, she is not.
What makes her qualified then?
She's doubled down on dumb today.
Oh, you were talking about that.
Yeah.
Well, you saw her.
Yes, I did. Well, she was like, something to the effect of the argument was, well, you can't just say all biological men are better at women's sports than women are. And it's a case-by-case basis. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
what is this?
You're looking at the laws of averages here, and
yes.
That's really what the policy is all about. Yeah.
So for every gender-confused person, we got to check out their athletic ability before we decide if that dong is in the showers with the girls.
Apparently, yes.
Okay.
Are we gonna?
That makes good sense.
We're gonna have like a dongs and girls sports combine. You got, see how.
Right.
If you run the 40 in a certain amount of time and it's too fast, sorry, you can't.
Yeah, it kind of. The whole thing is crazy in itself.
It is crazy.
And then there's this other side story in my head because you got Ketanji Brown Jackson, and then you got Sotomayor, who all I can think is, what a terrible thing for women. Because most people hear their arguments and say, this makes no sense. Did they just get picked because they're women of color? It can't be because of their intelligence. It can't.
No.
You take that realm of possibility out. And so for any woman, then people are looking at them and go, well, why was she really picked? Is it just because she was female? Pick the best, would you? Golly, man.
Well, I hope they codified this thing, and I hope it's quick. I hope it's a very quick decision, and we're done with this for a while anyway.
Well, we'll get into more of that story coming up in a bit. David, you're saying CBS News has casually labeled the ICE shooting incident, that person, the ICE agent, as a murderer?
Yes. This was just a crazy moment on the CBS Evening News, supposed to be straight news, right?
Yes.
And this is how they open up the update on the Minneapolis shooting.
Okay.
DHS this weekend released a video showing the minutes leading up to the murder of Renee Good.
Whoa.
She and others are heard honking car horns.
Just the murder.
Yeah.
The murder.
How does that happen? I thought Barry Weiss was supposed to get control of this. I mean, CBS News got ripped at the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nikki Glaser took a shot at CBS. What do they call it? More BS news or something like that?
I don't know.
Because they're trying to be straight down the middle? Yeah. That's not straight down the middle.
Not straight down the middle at all.
Again, I think this is the one where reasonable people look at what happened and can say it was very unfortunate. No one wanted to see that woman die, but they understand how it can happen, and she did not follow orders. And that is one great thing about X, is that you can see the actual story unfold.
Yeah.
If people at least seek it out a little bit. I know people on the far left, they're going to see what they want to see. Even people that lean left. But for everybody else, This isn't the George Floyd situation. I know they desperately want it to be, but it's certainly not that.
Yeah.
I mean, and, you know, in Minnesota in general, the fraud story is not going away.
No.
I know media doesn't want to pay a whole lot of attention to it, but it is so deep that they're going to stay on this.
I hope you're right.
I mean, Trump administration, Scott Bessent, the rest of them, like, no, we're not stopping at all. Meanwhile, then you have the lawsuit from Keith Ellison, AG of Minnesota, talking about, you know, the only reason the Trump administration is going after them is, well, partly because of their diversity, right?
This has to stop. It just has to stop. We allege that the obvious targeting of Minnesota for our diversity, for our democracy, and our differences of opinion with the federal government is a violation of the Constitution and of federal law. We allege that the surge's reckless impact on our schools, on our local law enforcement, is a violation of the 10th Amendment and the sovereign laws and powers of the Constitution grants to states. We allege that DHS's use of excessive and lethal force, their warrantless, racist arrests, their targeting of our courts, our churches, houses of worship, and schools are a violation of the Administrative Procedures Act on arbitrary and capricious federal actions. And we ask that the courts will end the surge of thousands of DHS agents into Minnesota.
Okay.
Thanks, Keith. Have a seat.
By the way, their diversity. Is that why they go after Texas?
Right.
The White House? They're second in diversity.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Minnesota's in the top 10. I mean, look. No, sir. Nope, not in top 10 of diversity. No. Florida's fourth. Boy, the White House is just on Florida's butt constantly, aren't they?
And one point I really wish that people in ICE or Kristi Noem would really hammer home at this moment is, you know why you don't have chaos with ICE operations in places like Texas and Florida?
They cooperate.
Yes, because, hey, you let them go get the illegal alien when they're in jail. They don't have to go into neighborhoods. Tom Homan's been talking about this for months.
Yes. That's just part of it. And seriously, you've got these criminals in Minnesota, people here illegally that have committed additional crimes. They won't help ICE at all. Why? I think the American public agrees those people should be deported.
Yes.
But they won't do it. Not even with those people. And then they just sort of lay back saying they are just taking innocent people. They're kidnapping. They're disappearing people. Just absolute
the Somali
nonsense.
vote is very important and vital to winning elections.
Well, I think they've got that.
Yeah.
That's totally locked in.
You don't want to ruffle those feathers much.
Oh, man, it runs so deep.
Oh, my God, yes.
And you got the Ilhan Omars out there, which I'm convinced, I'm just me personally, like if you're a betting person, that she's benefited from this, come on.
Yeah, I would probably bet that, yes, she has.
Yeah. Oh, yes, Keith Ellison, you almost already know that for fact. And on down the line. And then Walls and Fry, all of them. And what was it? They're all saying we're terrorized by ICE. We're terrorized. How are you terrorized? That's the new talking point from these people.
We are going to make sure that these people pay for what they have done to us. We are going to use every single lesson we are learning today to make sure no community gets terrorized like we are being terrorized by Trump and his goonies ever again.
You're out protesting. Yeah. Let ICE do their jobs. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
They won't do it. All right, more on that a little bit later. You know, there's great economic growth going on right now. Don't know if you saw that story.
I saw that, and the inflation report comes out in December. Inflation was at 2.7%, roughly in line with expectations.
Yes. Everybody said, oh, my gosh, with this trade war, Trump's trade war, it's going to sink us. We're doing fantastic. Kevin Hassett, White House economist, thrilled about it.
Right now, I'm looking at the output numbers, and we got GDP now north of 5% in the fourth quarter after 4% the previous quarter. So I think you got to say that Trump policies are really working.
Yeah, well, you're not going to hear that.
No, of course
in
not.
any sort of media. But, yeah, that's definitely out there. Sad that Scott Adams has passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was announced this morning he's been battling prostate cancer for quite some time. He didn't think he would make it past last summer, if I recall correctly. So, I mean, he got a little bit of extra time, which is always good. It was announced this morning on his podcast by his ex-wife, Shelley Miles, who's been apparently helping out on the podcast when he started really taking a turn physically. And she read a statement he'd written a few days ago and, well, included something that was referenced, I believe, on this show last week. But it's kind of a very Scott Adams joke. And I love that he wrote this down as he was dying.
All right, roll it.
Many of my Christian friends have asked me to find Jesus before I go. I'm not a believer, but I have to admit the risk-reward calculation for doing so looks so attractive to me. So here I go. I accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior and look forward to spending an eternity with him. The part about me not being a believer should be quite quickly resolved if I wake up in heaven. I won't need any more convincing than that. I hope I'm still qualified for entry.
There are a lot of people praying for him and that hope that he got home. Just saying it probably is not enough. Probably got to believe that if you're going to believe the scriptures. But I learned a lot from Scott Adams over the last 6 or 7 years. I was not familiar with him at all. And someone had mentioned him after he wrote the book about Trump winning and his influence. And then I'd heard him interviewed a couple of times. And then I ended up getting his book, Loser Think, which is fantastic. I'd highly recommend it. And then started listening to him almost daily. Like I'd listen to 10 or 15 minutes just to see what he was talking about. That was probably 5 or 6 years ago. And I mentioned this before. Sometimes you just fall out of habits. And then when I found out he was sick, I'm like, oh my gosh, how is he doing? And I, checked him out again. The way he would think about things and the way he could say, this is how people influence others. It was almost like a learning experience if you didn't know it already, just listening to parts of that podcast. And it was one of those where it's not like you're going to agree with everything someone says. But he always said he wanted to be useful, and I think he was definitely useful.
I think it's a testament to him that his ex-wife felt that way about him.
Yeah.
That doesn't usually happen. They're usually cheering.
Maybe a little projection on this show.
I know.
Wow. And, David, you had a clip from a kid sharing his feelings on something.
Oh, yeah. It's a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and I swear this guy's been, working for, pipe fitters local for, the last 5 years probably. So the Eagles lose to the 49ers on Sunday, and now this young Eagles fan is making the rounds for his breakdown of the game.
Okay.
Yes, this was a huge letdown. This was my Christmas present, and I got a loss.
Oh, no. You probably would have rather had Cole, huh?
Yeah, probably. I'm feeling two of two things. A, I want A.J. Brown packing his bags, and I want him somewhere else that is not here. I love you, A.J., but, you can't make those drops in that game. And I also want Kevin Patullo flipping burgers at, the local McDonald's or something. I don't care.
Why do you say that?
Whenever he's an offensive coordinator, it's like he's flipping burgers. One side, he's cooking. One half he's cooking, and the other half is completely raw.
Kid's definitely grown up in Philly.
Yeah, he's definitely grown up listening to sports talk radio.
Oh, that's pretty good. A lot to get to today. Oh, did you hear Whoopi Goldberg have to walk one back yesterday? Oh, we got to get to that. And the 5 stories we're watching today, coming right up.
Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops on Prize Picks. Start the new year right with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. On Prize Picks, you simply pick 2 to 6 players, pick more or less on their stat projections, and submit your lineup. Prize Picks also has early payouts, so if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. You can also copy lineups with one click with the new social feed feature. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code MVCR. $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code MVCR on Prize Picks. $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Win or lose, you get the $50 in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details.
Quiet down. Shh. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
All right. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins, and now the 5 stories we're watching today.
For number 5, President Trump says he's canceled meetings with Iranian officials, telling protesters, quote, help is on its way. No further details were available. Number 4, House Oversight Chair James Comer says that former President Bill Clinton will be facing a contempt of Congress referral over refusing to appear to testify today.
Yeah, you can't just do that.
Well,
I'm not going to show up.
Well, the former president is saying that there is no legal basis for them to enforce such a subpoena.
Go in there and tell them that then, Bill. Go ahead.
The number 3, the Supreme Court is hearing arguments in a case that will decide whether or not states can ban biological boys from playing in girls' sports. It's going to be a precedent-setting case. Dongs v. girls' sports.
I got hairy legs.
There you go. Thanks for chiming in.
Number 2, Minneapolis police unions, the police union rather, is claiming that MPD officer morale is at an all-time low. The stress, burnout, and sense of being unsupported are real, according to an email sent by the union. And the political rhetoric on ICE operations is emboldening hostility towards officers. Man, anybody still willing to put on a uniform for Minneapolis police after the last 6 years? God bless you. I mean, that's somebody who really believes in the mission and cares about that city.
Or pays a lot.
Or, yeah, right. And then number 1, Trump had a message for Minnesota on Truth Social. He posted in part, quote, Democrats love the unrest that anarchists and professional agitators are causing because it gets the spotlight off of the $19 billion that was stolen by really bad and deranged people. Went on to add in all caps, fear not, great people of Minnesota, the day of reckoning and retribution is coming.
Yep. More coming in.
Well, that should be up on a mountaintop somewhere when he said that, right?
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Jeez.
You know, you mentioned the passing of Scott Adams, and I went into my highlights from the book Loser Think. One of the things he talked about was experts being wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about the economic numbers and all the experts being wrong. He wrote in there, if you find yourself experiencing certainty in a complex situation, you're probably experiencing loser think. And talking about economists spend a lot of time trying to predict what will happen to people's money if one or more variables in the world are tweaked. If you try to predict the future by assuming no variables ever change, you get predictions that look like these, and he gave examples. Mm-hmm. The horse is here to stay, but the automobile is only a novelty, a fad. That was the president of Michigan Savings Bank advising Henry Ford's lawyer not to invest in Ford in 1903.
Oh, gosh. That's great.
There is no reason anyone would want a computer in their home. That was Ken Olsen, president, chairman, and founder of Digital Equipment Corporation in 1977. And we don't like their sound, and guitar music is on the way out. Decca Records rejecting the Beatles, 1962. Loser Thing. It's a really good book. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Okay, biggest story today.
Guitars are out.
I'd never heard that quote before. That's hilarious.
Isn't that great?
You could say that today, and it's probably more effective, more on point.
It's kind of coming back a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. The world potential market for copying machines is 5,000 at most. That was IBM to the eventual founders of Xerox, saying the photocopier had no market large enough to justify production in 1959.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff in that book. Okay, I know we got to get to other stuff. Oh, the Whoopi Goldberg thing.
Oh, my gosh. Hang in there for that. Holy cow.
Yeah, she says something as The View is going into a break, and then she's got to walk that back, so we can get into that and a round of What's Your Story? Straight ahead right here. Van Camp and Robbins Show. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the Millennial. The Sexy Boomer, that's Scott Robbins.
Yo, man.
So, on The View, yesterday on ABC, that's part of their news division, you know. Whoopi Goldberg started talking about her displeasure.
She said something stupid, right?
Well, I'll just play it out for you.
Yeah.
Roll it.
Nobody wants this. This is not what you said they were going to be. This is the thing. You said you were going after the bad guys.
Yes.
That's what you said, the violent criminals.
That's
and
right.
what does it turn out? The violent criminals seem to be in the agency.
Oh, boy.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. The violent criminals in the agency. Has that been widely reported? You heard that one?
I have not heard that. Well, it's been widely reported by the voices in her head.
Okay. Kind of made it up, and
yeah.
Then she affirmed whatever thought came in there. I don't know. But then coming back from the break, and this has happened before on The View, someone's got to get in somebody's ear and say, hey, you can't be saying that. But she was a little offended by that.
Before we go on, before folks gather around and say, oh, she's accusing all of the folks at ICE of being criminals. That is not what I'm doing. And just so I'm clear, it feels sometimes that there is no one watching the hen house. Okay? So before you all start blowing it into all kinds of other stuff, just know that it's nuanced speaking.
Well, I think you meant the account.
Hold on a second before Sonny starts laughing there. It's nuanced to say the criminals are in the agency?
There's nothing nuanced about that. Nothing. I thought that was an interesting defense.
What was she trying to say? Hey, you know the story. I get to come on here and say whatever I want, okay? And then you're just supposed to take it in the way I meant it.
Yeah.
It made no sense to me. But then Sonny seems to be doing some woman-splaining or something here. I don't know.
I think you meant the lack of accountability, because you've had 9 shootings by ICE agents against various people. We haven't heard much reporting on it, and no one's been held accountable, and we don't know the status of the investigation. So that does feel like there's a lack of accountability and transparency.
You are very kind, and I appreciate it.
You know what they didn't mention on there was some of the illegals that ICE were trying to pick up in Minnesota. Like Shridorn Fabian.
Yeah, that's it.
An illegal alien convicted of strong-arm sodomy of a boy and strong-arm sodomy of a girl with a deportation order since 2018. They didn't mention that.
They don't care. They don't care about that. They don't care.
How's it still there?
Right, exactly.
You had a deportation order for 8 years.
Yeah.
Correct. Then there was, I'm going to butcher these pronunciations. T-O-U is the first name. Is it Tu?
Yeah.
Vang, legal alien convicted of sexual assault and sodomy of a girl under the age of 13. and procuring a child for prostitution with a abortion order since 2006.
20 years?
Correct. Then there's Chong Vu, illegal alien convicted of the strong-arm rape of a 12-year-old girl and kidnapping a child with intent to sexually assault her with a deportation order since 2004.
What in the world?
Exactly.
You may keep going. There's a whole list. Guy Yang. That sounds like a name that Scott made up.
Guy Yang?
Yeah.
I worked with him.
Legal alien convicted of strong-arm rape, aggravated assault with a weapon, and strangulation with a deportation order since 2012.
Horrible human being, yes.
Mm-hmm. The Pao Chao Zong.
Pao Chao Zong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Illegal alien convicted of rape and child fondling with a deportation order since 2003.
Oh, gosh. I'm sick to my stomach here.
I know.
It's terrible. This is who they're defending. They're defending these people. That's who they're defending.
If you want to go back 30 years, we could go back to 1996.
Yeah.
Deportation order since then for Ku Lor, illegal alien convicted of rape, rape with a weapon, and sexual assault. Yes. ICE terrorizing communities.
Yeah.
That's the narrative we
These
hear.
are just our friends and neighbors.
Yes. And you need to get out there, white people, and stand in the way of ICE so they can't deport these fine, upstanding Americans.
Man.
Yeah, I know. It drives you crazy that that's never talked about. But that's where we are. Okay. It's that time of the show. We do it a couple of times a day. We go around the table. It may not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. David, today, what's your story?
It's actually a few years old, but for some reason it landed on the timeline today. And I just think it's very funny. It's not news at all. I just think it's funny. A dude filmed his young son making baby sounds for a full year and then spliced them together to create Baby Ryan's rendition of AC/DC's Thunderstruck.
Oh, that's got to be fun. Here we go.
That thing goes on for like 2 minutes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
These people think of this stuff.
I know. Well, you know what, man? When you got a newborn baby in the house, you kind of go a little bit crazy.
Yeah, you can. I don't know that I'd want to hear it for all 2 minutes, but whatever you had that down to, 12 seconds, that's hilarious.
It is hilarious. Well, at one point, they've got like the snare going, and it's just the baby sneezing over and over again.
I missed that part.
That's not
Did you
in
hear
this
the sneeze?
clip, I don't think.
Okay, all right. I was going to say, I got to play it again then. I got to hear that part. All right, got it. Scotty, what do you got for What's Your Story? Top that.
I was watching Gutfeld. I can't top that. I'll just try to come in second here. Journalists are showing, and a lot of them last night I happened to see on Fox, ICE protest signs are not random and they're not grassroots. I don't know if you saw this or not, but all the stompy foot that was going on Saturday, they did a pan of the signs. Signs are exactly the same, same block lettering, same everything.
Yes.
And what happens is when they're done with the protest, somebody collects the signs and they move on to the next protest with them. Same signs. These are grassroots Americans who are standing up for no, they're not.
No, it's highly organized.
And by the way, if you made your own sign, shame on you. You didn't have to do that.
Well, if you still had like real news organizations, they would go out and they would report that story.
Yeah.
How well organized all of this is, but they're part of it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the thing.
Well, and you know, the Trump administration is investigating some of these groups, like Ice Watch and all that, like people that were associated with the woman who was killed in Minneapolis, to say, like, okay, what are you really doing? Who's financing it? All of that. And media is saying, well, we don't need to know any of that. They're actually saying that's victim blaming.
It's incredible. I know, David. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I've seen this.
Oh, my gosh.
These people, I mean, there's a guy with the trunk open, and they're just chucking the signs in there, and they're going to run to the next big protest.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
For my story, we don't know that it's the end of the career for Aaron Rodgers.
Boy, sure looked like it.
But
can't throw the ball down the field. Can't do it.
Well, I don't know if you heard after the games, there were some people yelling, "Time to retire."
Oh, yeah.
Things like that.
It's embarrassing.
Oh. It sounds like, "Love you." Time to retire.
Yeah, you got to go.
Man, that fourth quarter meltdown for the ages, man.
It's not good.
My
It
goodness.
And it's always, it's these short passes, and it's just, just predictable offense. I don't know how they won 10 games.
I saw him at other times where it looked like the Rodgers of old. Like it's just a little flick, and it was,
Yeah.
an absolute rocket right on the money. But not sustained.
Wow.
So just to update, that did not go well for one David Van Camp.
It did not.
Because the bet before the season, and it stated if Aaron Rodgers plays more than 50% of games, basically if he stays healthy, Steelers win the Super Bowl, said David Van Camp. That was a $5 bet to both of us, Scott.
I thought he had one in him. Oh, man.
Wow. So as we tally everything right now, wow, that is now 95 that DVC owes me, and DVC owes you now 30, Scott.
I got to join a program.
1-800-BETS off.
Well, the thing is, whenever, because all of us will make some sort of statement, you're like caught up in the moment, you say something like, I tell you, they're going to win. And then it'll be like, okay, you want to bet on that. I think Scott has learned over time, you know what? No, I'm not betting on it. I just said it, but I don't want to. I'm not going to back that up.
I don't believe in it that much.
Hell.
But David has not gotten to that point yet. Heck, yes, I want to bet on it. As a matter of fact, put 20 on it.
Scott,
not on that one.
I'll see you at the meeting tonight. All right.
No kidding. Wow. The thing when I'm watching this game last night, though, I'm thinking to myself, we're all told. I just go back to this all the time. We're all told we can no longer play the children's game. We're told.
From Moneyball.
He was told 2 years ago.
I don't think so.
But I don't know what drives you when you've lost that much.
Here's
what
the thing.
made you great.
Do you ever think when you're watching football, especially with a quarterback, how much has to do with line, receiving core, scheme, all those things? I mean, because you can have great quarterbacks look terrible if those things aren't in play. Yeah. And I try to keep that in mind. Yeah. But I always think, when you're talking about the coaches of these teams, they've forgotten more about football than we'll ever know.
But it's the picture.
But we still act like we know something.
Yeah, right.
Willie Mays in 1973 wandering around in the outfield for the Mets.
Was it that bad?
It was pretty bad. It was running on a waterbed a lot of times.
Okay.
But I mean, you can't. I understand you don't want to give it up. I get it. You still have the competitive fire in your belly and all that. But
yeah, and those guys, it's a competitiveness I don't even think we can understand.
I can't.
Yeah.
But the guys that you remember the most are the guys who went out when they were still on top of their game.
Like Michael Jordan?
Well,
that's a terrible take.
He hung around a little too long.
Crappy take.
I didn't say Michael Jordan. I never said that.
You said the guys that go out win.
On top of their game, yeah.
He didn't.
Did I say he did? I didn't say that.
But you said the guys you remember the most. He's remembered more than anybody.
Well, I think people forget about the Washington Wizards experiment a lot of times.
Okay.
I'm just saying that people probably don't think that way when you talk about
a lot of times
Jordan.
They're just what do you remember Emmitt Smith for? With the Arizona Cardinals?
No.
It's when he was the man he was with the Cowboys.
I think LeBron is starting to get real close to that area.
That's what I'm saying. That was a terrible take. And we can make a bet on getting feedback from the audience on that terrible take if you want.
I never said Michael Jordan, though. You said Michael Jordan.
No, you said people that go out on top are remembered the most.
Yeah.
They're not.
Okay. All right.
I'm just looking to bet on anything right now, really.
You must be.
Because we only got 4 bets left on the current bet list now. 2 have to do with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I said they'd get married by 2028. You said no. But I also said they'd break up by July 2026. And I had to turn that one back because I'm like, oh, no, I actually think they're going to get married. And then you've got, oh, my gosh, you got $20 on Jasmine Crockett.
No.
That she'll be polling top 3 for president.
She's making her way.
And then you have a different one, you and David, with Jasmine Crockett in the Senate. So we'll keep up to date on that. Always fun. It's just in good fun.
It is in good fun.
Yeah.
Even though that's a terrible take.
Well, it was a terrible take. Do you think it was a good take or a terrible take from Robbins? Hit him up on Facebook.
I never said Michael Jordan, never.
No, you just said The ones that are remembered most are the ones that go out on top.
You said Michael Jordan.
Bad. He didn't. I'm just giving an example.
I never
gave
said
two.
he
Emmitt
did.
Smith.
Okay.
We're going to keep fighting and get an update at Nimrods of the News coming up. Have you been overindulging a bit over the holidays? Come on, who hasn't? Heavy food, sweet desserts, having maybe a little extra holiday cheer, all of that can really take a toll on your liver. And if you're looking to kick off 2026 feeling better than you did at the end of 2025, a smart place to start is taking care of the organ that's been working overtime.
Yeah, you can easily add Active Liver from New Nordic to your daily routine. It comes in easy-to-take tablets or great-tasting gummies, and it helps support your body's natural detox process. Active Liver from New Nordic helps out with digestion issues, make you feel less bloated. It can help give you better energy and make you feel less worn down overall, which after the holidays, between, well, the food, the drink, the family sometimes, that's saying something.
So get the new year off to a healthier start with Active Liver. It's a simple, delicious daily detox. You can find it online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com or pick it up at CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, and now even Wegmans. Check it out. Active Liver. New year, new you. New Nordic. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops on Prize Picks. Start the new year right with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. On Prize Picks, you simply pick 2 to 6 players, pick more or less on their stat projections, and submit your lineup. Prize Picks also has early payouts, so if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. You can also copy lineups with one click with the new social feed feature. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code MVCR. $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code MVCR on Prize Picks. $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Win or lose, you get the $50 in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Yeah, it's true. All three of us have had some sort of back issues, and a bad mattress can make it worse. Plus, you're spending all night tossing and turning, trying to find the least terrible position to get comfortable. So your back's getting worse. You're not getting nearly enough sleep. But you know what you can do? Check out the award-winning Ghost Bed. It's a luxury-level mattress at a reasonable price made right here in the good old U.S. of A.
That's right. One thing I like about this is it's got cooling features in every mattress that actually senses my body temp and adjusts so I never get too hot, too cold. I'm comfortable all night, and unlike those dense foam beds, Ghost Bed has layers of perfectly crafted support that adjusts with me.
Yeah, every Ghost Bed comes with a 101-night sleep trial, too, by the way. So if you don't like the mattress, just return it for free and get your money back. Ghost Bed is giving you the best deal of the year right now, too. An extra 10% off when you use our code MVCR at ghostbed.com/MVCR. These prices are incredible, so don't miss it. That's ghostbed.com/MVCR and promo code MVCR.
All right, David. So, Katie Tur?
Yeah. Oh, dude, this is incredible. This is with MS Now. Katie Tur had some crazy framing when presenting the story of DHS sending more agents into Minneapolis.
Okay.
Despite the turmoil, the federal government says it is not deterred. It is now sending hundreds more federal agents to Minnesota to protect those ICE agents, according to Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. And they're blaming both the news media and, quote, agitators for the chaos, claiming journalists are willfully misleading the public about Renee Nicole Good. Officials saying she was dangerous, not just some innocent mother of 3. Just like they say Kilmar Abrego Garcia isn't just a Maryland father.
Holy mackerel.
Boy, man, when liberal activists commit to something, they commit, don't they?
They do, yes.
That is deranged.
You know, she's married to the CBS News guy.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Which I didn't know.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we got it. For time's sake, we got to get to Nimrod. We got to get back
When the
to that.
going
That's
gets
great.
tough,
Damn it, this is too hard.
the dumb get dumber.
All right, Dean.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrod's in the news. We go to Florida. 29-year-old woman, Ariana Moss, arrested. Why? Misdemeanor charge. She stole a coworker's 40-ounce light blue Stanley Cup. $60 cup used.
Yeah, man.
She was caught on camera eyeing the cup, hiding it in her lunchbox, and then leaving with it. And it wasn't an accident. She knew it belonged to a 22-year-old coworker. She'd talked about it before, saying, that cup would be great to hold my breast milk. Yeah, I suppose it is. You could go get one.
That's a weird thing to say.
And then she stole it. She has since quit her job as a supervisor. I don't think the other girl wanted the cup returned after the breast milk's in it. That's Nimrod's in the news.
Are you ready?
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Supreme Court hearing arguments today for Dongs and Girls Sports.
Yep,
Yes.
that's the official name of the proceedings.
Dong v. Girls Sports. Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it has to
That
do
this
with
is even happening, but it is.
Unbelievable. It really is.
It's a challenge to a couple of state laws, West Virginia and Idaho, which have said, no, if you're a dude, you can't play on the girls' team.
Pretty simple.
Because it's common sense.
Right.
You want to hear some of the questioning from Ketanji Brown Jackson, I know.
Oh, boy.
Sure, why not?
Whoa.
You saw her.
Ketanji Brown, well, you saw her, according to Joe Biden.
Well, you saw her.
Yeah. Yes. Couldn't remember her name.
No. While he was introducing her.
Incredible.
Anyway, you tell me what she's getting at here.
Okay.
And so, to the extent that you have an individual who says what is happening in this law is that it is treating someone who is transgender but who does not have, because of the medical interventions and the things that have been done, who does not have the same threat to physical competition and safety and all of the reasons that the state puts forward, that's actually a different class, says this individual.
That made freaking no sense.
None whatsoever.
I mean, I'm writing notes as she's saying
Isn't that nuts, though?
Individual treating, and it's the transgender with medical intervention.
Well,
okay, so I thought that wasn't happening to teens, first of all, but
Right.
apparently it is.
Yeah, I think what she's trying to get at is, are you unfairly targeting somebody who is a boy but now identifies as a girl and has gone through different hormone therapies, etc.? Are you treating them as a different class now? Dude, again, when the entire, forget about the word salad for a second, when the entire question is premised on the idea that you can take prostate cancer drugs and suddenly become more masculine or more feminine, and therefore you're the exact same as a biological girl or a biological boy, when the basis of the argument is based off of that, you've already lost the plot.
Yes. A boy can't become a girl.
No.
That's a fact of life. That may hurt some people's feelings. Those people may need some work, may need some help. And I mean that sincerely. No one wants to see a kid go through gender dysphoria. But you have to have adults that can tell the truth.
Yeah.
This isn't some random person you stopped at the mall to get their opinion. It's a freaking Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
With
Yes.
this nonsense. Whatever she said.
Dude, I would have you play it again, but it's not going to make any more sense the second time. It is a complete word salad. Wow. But again, that's what you're basing the whole thing on. But she could not answer what a woman was before she was confirmed because she's not a biologist.
Yes.
Glass ceiling broken. First person that couldn't explain what a woman was to be put on the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
A real winner.
Gee.
Wow.
Well,
okay.
We know one vote, where one vote's going to go.
Yeah, I would guess.
Oh, yeah, that's already baked in.
I would say Sotomayor is probably the same.
Yeah, maybe.
No, we'll see. Be some more updates on that. David, you have a piece of audio. I haven't heard it. I can't wait to hear it. All you labeled it as is liberal on CNN gives a stunning number of lies about the shooting in Minneapolis.
Yeah. Julie Roginski is her name. She's a liberal activist who also worked for CNN. And they were talking about the Minneapolis shooting. And I think she actually managed to get every part of the story wrong.
Okay. I feel like just to keep track, can you keep the number going?
Yeah, I'll try.
Anytime I think it's a lie, I'll go with the buzzer.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
This is a breaking point, I think, for a lot of people, what happened in Minneapolis. I think this is a moment where people realized that this could be them, that they could be driving their kid to school, coming home, see something, stop, have somebody say to them, drive away, have somebody else say to them, get out of the car. They heard or misheard something, and all of a sudden you're dead within a span of about 60 seconds, not less. And when you see something like that, I think we all understand that this could happen to any one of us. This is a breaking point for a lot of people in America. Even people who are not political before understand what a problem this is now.
What is that, at least
I don't
6?
know.
Yeah, 6.
I don't know of anyone, as far as just being reasonable, said, you know what? All of a sudden I fear something. Then I'm going to be driving home, and I might get into the wrong neighborhood, and an ICE agent is going to smoke me right there.
Yeah.
That's no one saying that.
Well, also, the original talking point was immediately knocked down by even the first video, where she says that, and I've heard this repeated often enough now that it's, I mean, I think they know that they're lying about this, but that the ICE agents gave her conflicting commands. No, they said,
It was
get out of the car.
We heard them ourselves.
And
Get
then
out of the bleeping car.
And then her
Didn't
wife
we hear
says,
all this?
drive, baby, drive.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And where, can't help me out here, because is this true? I mean, dropping kids off at school?
Well, that was part of the story, is that her son, or I think her son, right, 6 years
Yes.
old,
Yeah.
was being dropped off at this crazy charter school that they go to.
Mm-hmm.
And that suddenly she just found herself in an
That's
ICE convoy.
And
that's
parked
not
sideways to keep.
Yeah.
Really?
No, but they talked to different people and said she was a warrior against ICE.
Yeah.
She was part of this group. That's what they did. They were agitators.
But, man, I mean, the thing is, as ridiculous as all of this is, the reason they go, they shoot for the moon like this with just the sheer number of lies is because they know that if they repeat it enough, for the casual news observer, it'll sink in as true. YouGov, for example, has a survey out right now. Criminal charges. Should the ICE agent face criminal charges for shooting that woman in Minneapolis? 53% say yes. Now, that is overwhelmingly driven by Democrats, who say 90% say yes, 14% of Republicans, but 54% of independents say yes, because they've heard the side of the story that is being repeated over and over again by ABC, CBS, NBC, etc. I mean, we had the CBS Evening News, what was that, just last night?
Called it a murder.
Just straight up said the murder of this woman.
Yes. Wow. And I mean, that's the thing when the left controls all those different messages. And I'm still thankful for X.
Yeah.
And conservative media. They can get the truth out there to a lot of people.
Is the George Floyd playbook play-by-play?
Yeah. Well,
but, you know, in time, not every time, but a lot of the time, the truth gets found out.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people understand BLM was a friggin' scam.
Yeah.
They understand that now.
Well, yeah, and I think George Floyd was a little bit different because you only got that one perspective, the cell phone footage initially, to the point where everybody was like, holy crap.
Exactly.
Pretty horrified by it. I remember.
That's the point I've brought up time and time again. And they never saw him sitting in the car saying, I can't breathe.
Yeah. I mean, when you got, Rush Limbaugh out there saying like, hey, life is precious and this is ridiculous. What are you doing?
Right.
Right. Everybody was kind of on the same page about George Floyd initially. Well, and then left-wing lunatics started burning down Minneapolis, Portland, Seattle, all that stuff. And then you get more information about what actually occurred before that video, and you're like, oh, this whole thing was a scam.
Well, not only that, but the techniques that the cops used.
Yeah.
When they're afraid for someone because they knew he was probably on fentanyl by the way he was acting. And that's exactly what Chauvin did. Got him on the ground that way. And I always thought, and man, I got a lot of hate for it. It looked to me like he was not putting full weight on the knee. Mm-hmm. It was to hold him down, which is actually what they're taught. But, yeah, we'll see what kind of narratives come out of this. But it's just crazy to me. The video, though, there's so many different videos now that show that officer was in front of the car and that the car hit the officer. And you got these people out there saying, well, she was just trying to, get out of the way. And he jumped in front. And she never hit him. But they say the one officer that was right there at the door was the one that did the shooting.
Yeah.
Which is not true.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Gosh dang.
Who's the other nut? Ellie Honig?
Yeah,
What's he talking about?
Well, he is a CNN legal analyst, and he poured cold water all over Minnesota's lawsuit against the federal government because they're saying, hey, you got to get ICE out of Minnesota.
Oh, Honig. I got him mixed up with...
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Mistal.
Oh, Ellie Mistal? No.
I'm thinking, oh, no, what did, weird fat Albert say with the gray hair? No, it's the other dude. Okay.
Does this lawsuit have any chance of doing anything?
No, I don't think so. What they're asking, the state of Minnesota is asking a federal judge to throw ICE out of the state and to prohibit ICE from enforcing federal law in the state. There's simply no precedent for that. These lawsuits, Illinois and Minnesota both filed similar lawsuits, have no precedent cited in there. To do that would violate the Supremacy Clause, which says the states cannot block the feds from doing their federal duties. The one thing that Minnesota might get out of this, depending on the judge could want a hearing and could ask ICE some of the questions you just asked Senator Klobuchar about training and protocols. But they're not going to win, but they might get some information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and really what this is just capitalizing on it politically. Everybody in that room who is announcing this lawsuit yesterday, they all know that they're toast. They're not going to win.
No, I think that's true. It's just, see, we're fighting against them. And in Illinois, it's so Pritzker can run for president.
Yeah.
Just
golly.
What? Don't you think?
Of course it is, but in of itself is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it is.
Let's wreck a state and then go and wreck an entire country.
Oh,
it's Gavin Newsom.
Vote for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Part of it.
You guys are really something, man.
Happen to see this. This might make you feel old. They mark different things in time. And I saw this. This was being talked about online. Pop culture moments that turned 20 years old this year. Mm-hmm. The movie Cars.
Wow.
See, does that make you feel old?
A little bit, yeah.
I thought so. Yeah, I know. I cannot tell you how many times that ran in my house. That movie. Holy smokes. We used to know the whole thing by heart.
My granddaughter, when she was little, I'll show you how old that is, right? How old I am.
Yeah.
But she thought I was Hudson Hornet, the voice of.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Oh, yeah. She used to tell people. My grandpa's Hudson Hornet. Yeah.
That's great.
I'd say I'm really not Hudson Hornet.
Also, 20 years ago, the Nintendo Wii was released.
Wow.
And over Christmas, my family, because you're talking about my kids, adults now, it was like the Wii battle, busting it back out. It was, honestly, it was great fun. A lot of competition in my family. People take this serious, especially that jousting game. Stop it! Take it! All that sort of stuff. Okay, a couple updates to get to. Oh, Trump talked about the agitators in Minneapolis. We'll get to that. And the 5 stories we're watching today, coming up in just a few. All right, be honest. How many fad diets have we all tried over the years? And here's the crazy part. By the time the average person hits 60, they've lost and gained back hundreds of pounds. Most people have no idea how much damage that constant up and down does to your body. Doctors actually have a name for it. It's called weight cycling.
And about half of Americans do it, believe it or not. You lose 10 pounds, then it creeps back, plus a couple more. It's brutal on your body, and honestly, it's just exhausting and frustrating. Bottom line, most people need help when it comes to weight loss, and that's where Lean comes in. Lean is a non-prescription, doctor-created oral supplement, not an injection.
The studied ingredients work 3 ways, helping maintain healthy blood sugar, controlling appetite and cravings, and burning fat by converting that into energy, which helps keep the weight off. So, if you want to lose meaningful weight at a healthy pace and keep it off, add Lean to your diet and exercise routine. Get 20% off when you use the code MVCR at TakeLean.com. That's MVCR at TakeLean.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. I'm Jamie Markley. That's David Van Camp, and there's Scott Robbins. And now it's time for the 5 stories we're watching today.
Okay, number 5, President Trump says he has canceled meetings with Iranian officials, telling protesters help is on its way, without giving any further details on what that means.
Between 2,000 and 3,000 people dead?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Where's all the lefties on this?
Well, they're too busy, defending a woman who ran into an ICE officer with her car.
I thought they were all about freedom and everything. Nothing from the Golden Globes, nothing.
No, they don't care. They really don't care. Yeah. Number 4, the Prime Minister of Greenland, in a joint press conference with leadership from Denmark, says, "We choose Denmark over the United States." Who's giving you a choice? Anyway, number 3, the Supreme Court is hearing arguments in a case that will decide whether or not states can ban biological boys from playing in girls' sports. Number 2, Minneapolis Police Union is claiming that officer morale is at an all-time low. The stress, burnout, and a sense of being unsupported are real. And they're also saying the political rhetoric to ICE operations, which they're not even allowed to work with, is creating more hostility towards officers because left-wing agitators don't know how to read, and they don't see a distinction. Then number 1, Trump had a message for Minnesota on Truth Social. He posted, "Fear not, great people of Minnesota, the day of reckoning and retribution is coming."
Yeah, they're not going to go away.
See him on the mountaintop with that one. People of Minnesota, listen to me. Retribution is coming.
Well, the left is used to, hey, we go out and make a stink, and then everything calms down, and then the cop. Well, I think you saw some of the Minneapolis cops, a bunch of women yelling at them with their whistles, and they turn around and walk away.
Yeah.
And all you're thinking is, well, maybe that was the order. You're not quite sure. They said stand down when a precinct burned to the ground back in 2020. So maybe that's part of it. But
Twig boy with a bullhorn that was right in the face of one of the officers, just screaming into it. The bullhorn.
Oh, yeah.
Was like 3 inches from his face.
Yeah.
You got to stand there and take that.
Yes, you do.
Gosh, dang.
And what is going on in your mind when you watch it? Don't you wish he could just have 5 minutes alone with that? Yes.
Stick that bullhorn where the sun don't shine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and they're sending in hundreds more.
Yep. Thousands more.
Yeah. Which, honestly, good.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. And you mentioned this off air yesterday, David. I don't know how much play this is getting in media. It's kind of weird. You've got these Hollywood actors wanted for some nasty stuff. Daniel Stern from Home Alone.
Gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to hire a prostitute at the time, given a citation, but now a criminal charge.
Mm-hmm.
And then Timothy Busfield.
He's on the lam, apparently, now.
Yeah.
Yes. Facing child sexual abuse charges. So apparently, NBC has pulled Thursday's episode of Law & Order SVU because it featured him. Of course, he's probably best known for 30-something.
Field of Dreams.
You think it's more Field of Dreams than 30-something?
I don't know. That's how I know him.
Yeah. I mean, that's when he was like this big star on, the cover of People magazine and all of that stuff. He's married to Melissa Gilbert.
Yeah.
Who just made this statement about, child sexual predators going after a man. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. When you hear stories like that, you're like, man, Hollywood is full of a bunch of sickos, man.
Yeah, it really is. Why? So he was on the Law and Order Special Victims Unit?
Yes.
Wow.
For you.
You talk about timing.
Yeah. I just saw it today that NBC has pulled Thursday's episode because it features him. So there you go.
Yeah, there's like text exchanges or something with a 12-year-old.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Just terrible. All right. Well, I think I know a couple of the biggest stories of the day, and we're watching the Supreme Court listening to arguments for dongs and girls sports.
Yes.
Yes, this is really happening.
Yeah.
We'll get to the Trump audio talking about professional agitators and get to a round of What's Your Story coming up. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. I'm Jamie Markley, Gen Xer, Millennial David Van Camp, the sexy boomer Scott Robbins. Trump is like, okay, these are professional agitators in Minnesota, and this woman that got killed, she's one of those,
The woman and her friend were highly disrespectful of law enforcement. You saw that. They were harassing them, were following for days and for hours. And I think, frankly, they're professional agitators. And I'd like to find out, and we are going to find out, who's paying for it. With their brand new signs and all the different things. But these are professional agitators, and law enforcement should not be in a position where they have to put up with this stuff. What that woman and what her friend and what their other friends were doing to law enforcement, not just ICE, law enforcement is outrageous.
It is.
Yeah.
People on the left, authoritarianism. Look at Iran. Shut up. Give me a break.
Yeah, these are federal officers who are doing something entirely legal in going after illegal aliens, criminal illegal aliens. They decide to get in the way, and then it all went sideways in a hurry, which that can happen.
Yes.
I mean, what do you think bodies on the line means, really?
Golly. And, you're talking about it. I listed some people earlier that they're going after.
Yeah.
People that have raped kids. I mean, nasty people.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got this whole group of people seemingly brainwashed to feel like they have to go protect these criminals.
Yeah.
It's something, man. It's like a mental sickness in the country.
Yeah.
Matt Murphy, he is a lifetime prosecutor. He's talking about this very thing, trying to get these people out of the country.
These are some of the people that are most dedicated to getting sex offenders arrested, putting them in prison, and then ultimately deporting them if they're not here legally, right? And in 2023, ICE arrested 4,390 sex offenders. It's a part of their job. That was the last year of Joe Biden. And nobody said a friggin' word because back then, shockingly, we all kind of agreed it's a bit of a bipartisan issue. We're going to protect kids who aren't political at all. Children deserve the protection of all adults, regardless of what side of the political aisle they're on, right? So in 2024, last year, first year of President Trump, ICE 25. Arrested 16,552 sex offenders. And that is their priority. They had a special operation in the state of Florida called Operation Dirtbag. And that's the federal law enforcement officials, the women and men that do that, are critical to protecting our kids.
But legacy media is not going to tell that part of the story.
No, they're not. Well, and that's why I mentioned the YouGov polling, where it's a slight majority of respondents said that ICE officer should face criminal charges.
It's crazy. I mean, I know YouGov is not one of the best when it comes to polling, but still, in any poll, that amount of people that would say, yeah, should be prosecuted. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know something. Who is the Minnesota Democrat that said that ICE is the secret police?
Oh, yeah, they're not toning any of this down. This is Kelly Morrison. She was on M-Snow, repeating the old Gestapo talking point about federal immigration police.
They're law enforcement.
And we are seeing indiscriminate takings of people by this masked
Okay, give the numbers. Give the
that
examples.
is ICE.
Give concrete examples. Enough of this bull crap.
They are wanting to create this secret police force that has no accountability and no transparency. And I think the American public needs to ask itself, is this the country that we want to live in?
Yep.
We are a country of laws, and it's what has distinguished us from the rest of the world.
Oh, my gosh.
And I think most
these
Americans want to live in a country that follows the rule of law.
You don't give a damn about laws.
Oh, no.
As she's protecting
Sit down.
illegal aliens.
Yes.
That's the laugh out loud part of that.
Just ridiculous people.
Oh, but this is it, man. This is the play. You just go out and lie so egregiously and confidently that you get people to believe that what you're telling is the truth. For example, going back to that YouGov poll, how often do you think ICE uses unnecessary physical force against immigrants who are not authorized to live in the U.S.? 63% say either often or sometimes.
Right. Because the indoctrination has been going on for years, decades, really. Mm-hmm. It's kind of wild. And the nuts in Minnesota, these people on the ground, the far lefties, like they're still yelling at Jacob Fry, you're not doing enough. And that guy's going party line as much as he can, and they're like, no.
To Jacob Fry, we say, you! You are not doing enough!
You're not doing enough. Yeah. I think there was an exorcism right after that.
Yeah, that's possession right there.
Oh, yeah. Then you had the other one.
Head spinning in a 180.
Absolutely. Yeah. Vomiting green everywhere. In the words of Scott Robbins, then she started biting her face.
Yes.
Well, you had that other woman who did look like a total stoner. You know, like fit the profile, holding the sign, I should be home smoking weed, but I'm out here, what was it, fighting Nazis or something?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's a...
I would rather be at home smoking weed. Yes. Yes. But why can't you be smoking weed right now? Because God Nazis. God Nazis. Yes. And how...
Are you ready for the best part? Out there fighting the good fight, fighting the Nazis, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long do you plan to be out here? Oh, we're actually headed back to the car.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, they weren't out there very long. I mean,
very dedicated, yeah.
Getting the shakes over here.
No kidding.
It's been an hour and a half. I got to get back to the bong. All right. It's that time. We do it a couple of times a day. Go around the table. May not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. David, what's your story here?
Well, the Houston Texans wound up humiliating the Steelers yesterday. Just an epic meltdown on the part of the Steelers, man. Woo. One of the stars for the Houston Texans is he's a wide receiver named Christian Kirk. Had a pretty good game, 8 receptions, 144 yards, including 1 touchdown. Mm-hmm. Good night for him. Stephen A. Smith was talking about him on ESPN. Had a little ride on the whoopsie-go-round.
Really?
Yeah. Here we go. Okay.
That's what we saw. We saw Charlie Kirk catch 8 receptions for 144 yards.
Oh, goodness.
We saw
Christian
Kirk. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh, my God. Christian Kirk. Yeah. We saw.
Yeah. Like, whoops. Well, you mix them up. You've been, talking about one, obviously, Charlie Kirk, probably more than you've been talking about Christian Kirk. I understand.
I do, too.
I just have liked the reaction that has come out of especially people who were fans of Charlie Kirk. It's like C.J. Stroud is so good with the big guy, with God, that he's resurrecting the dead.
Yeah.
And then they've been using AI to, make it look like Charlie Kirk is, catching bombs and stuff. He's suiting up
touchdowns
for the Houston Texans.
That's good. All right, Scotty, what do you got for What's Your Story?
Oh, man, this story is so bizarre. But at the same time, things happen. World Cup 4-man race going on. They got the Winter Olympics coming up, so everybody's out there doing their best right now. Our U.S. bobsledding team, led by Chris Horn, found out that going solo can be pretty damn terrifying. Supposed to be a dart down the hill. It turned into his teammates missing the mark. All 3 of them go rolling like pins. They tried to jump onto the sled, like the timing thing.
Yeah.
So they're all on there, so the weight is appropriate and everything else.
Yeah.
They didn't make it. They missed. Boom. Went down on the ice. This guy's going down alone at 80 miles an hour.
Wow. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, exactly. And he is absolutely soiling himself on the way down, too. Without the extra weight, he wasn't just driving the sled. He was trying to steer this thing. Chaos ensued. He made it, though. Spectators at the curb watched it, and they were just awestruck. They're just like, oh, my God, he's by himself. Lacking the stability of a full crew, it bounced around like a pinball on the way down.
Wow.
Hitting the side, until he finally got to the bottom. And he was okay. Uninjured.
Ooh.
Didn't tip over the sled or anything. But they got some work to do before the Olympic Games.
Well, yeah. Well, he could have been killed.
That's exactly. I mean, that's the first thing you got to do. You got to get on the sled.
Yes.
I mean, all 3 of them, and they like trip over each other like some.
Well, you can see how it could happen.
Yeah, and they start going down on their bellies, and they got about half. This is a little ways before they were able to stop themselves, but still, holy cow!
Keep looking that video up.
Oh man, that was great.
For my story, go to Phoenix. A Waymo self-driving car was seen driving down the Phoenix light rail tracks, forcing a passenger to flee the vehicle before it continued along the tracks near an oncoming train.
Oh, my gosh.
Video is taken by a bystander, and it shows the moment the self-driving car stops on the tracks just before an oncoming light rail approaches. Passenger runs out of the vehicle before the car continues to drive down the tracks.
Oh, no.
So what affiliate is this? ABC affiliate in Phoenix. They talked to a transformative technology professor at Arizona State University, a guy by the name of Andrew Maynard. Said, I actually felt a little sorry for the car. It obviously made a bad decision and got itself in a difficult place. Felt sorry for the car.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's not a person.
What about? Yeah, what about anybody?
How about
who was
the person riding?
Right, on the train, people in the car. Yeah.
He says this is exactly one of those edge cases, what we call them. Something unexpected where the machine drove like a machine rather than a person.
Oh gosh, see,
what?
I can't get in one of these things. I can't.
I think Waymo has a challenge because no matter what they do with their system, there are always going to be unexpected circumstances where they have to learn from them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad they don't lock you in once you're in there.
Oh, sometimes they do.
That's what I thought, David.
Yeah,
I thought
remember,
that, actually.
there was that situation in Austin a while back where you got a Waymo car, driverless car, and it winds up going the wrong way down Mopac. Mopac is a very busy highway in the Austin area, and then it parked, again, facing the wrong direction on the highway, and the passengers couldn't get out. They were locked in there.
By the way, the bystanders taking the video.
Yeah.
I mean, would you think it was funny as you were watching it if everybody was safe?
Yes, if everybody was safe.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, probably.
The Waymo's on the track. What an idiot. Here comes the train. Oh, get out, get out, get out. Oh, man. Oh, no, he's in the reverse.
Not knowing maybe it was a Waymo. Like, what are they doing? Whew,
No,
buddy.
thanks, man. I'll continue to ride with people with no vowels in their name.
How do you pronounce that, Scotty?
I have no idea.
Got it.
Eye chart.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got to get to a news update. And Nimrod's in the news in just a few right here. Have you been overindulging a bit over the holidays? Come on, who hasn't? Heavy food, sweet desserts, having maybe a little extra holiday cheer, all of that can really take a toll on your liver. And if you're looking to kick off 2026 feeling better than you did at the end of 2025, a smart place to start is taking care of the organ that's been working overtime.
Yeah, you can easily add Active Liver from New Nordic to your daily routine. It comes in easy-to-take tablets or great-tasting gummies, and it helps support your body's natural detox process. Active Liver from New Nordic helps out with digestion issues, make you feel less bloated. It can help give you better energy and make you feel less worn down overall, which after the holidays, between, well, the food, the drink, the family sometimes, that's saying something.
So get the new year off to a healthier start with Active Liver. It's a simple, delicious daily detox. You can find it online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com or pick it up at CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, and now even Wegmans. Check it out. Active Liver. New year, new you. New Nordic.
If you've got a tax problem, this is not something you stick your head in the sand about. The IRS doesn't forget, they don't forgive, and they don't get nicer with time. The longer you wait, the more interest and penalties pile up, and before you know it, they're coming after your bank account, your paycheck, and even your business. That kind of stress can eat you up, and it's completely avoidable.
Never fight the IRS alone. You need professionals who know the system if the IRS is after you. That's where Tax Defense and Relief Group comes in. They step in immediately. They contact the IRS on your behalf, protect your assets, and work to resolve your tax debt for the lowest amount allowed by law.
These folks have over 20 years of experience and have helped thousands of people deal with the IRS the right way. So give yourself some peace of mind and make that call today. Tax Defense and Relief Group, 888-322-0077. That's 888-322-0077. Don't wait. Protect your money, your business, and your future, and do it right now.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins.
All right. In life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. Time to start something new in this new year. High-pressure playoff matchups going on every weekend. Man, lots of fun. Elite Hoops, too, almost every night right now, so the action never stops. Start the new year right now with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly. You can do that instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. On Prize Picks, you simply pick 2 to 6 players. You pick more or less on their stat projections, submit your lineup, and away you go. Prize Picks also has something called early payouts. So if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out the winnings before the game's even over. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code MBCR. You'll get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's code MBCR on Prize Picks. $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Win or lose, you'll get the $50 in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details.
News update, David Van Camp.
Supreme Court hearing a potential landmark case in the Dongs v. Girl Sports category. And Ketanji Brown Jackson, the most junior member of the court, who speaks the most on the court, really covering herself in glory today.
But they are being prevented from playing on the team that matches their gender identity, correct?
That's the effect. So let me use your example from earlier. You said there's a cisgender woman, she could play on the team she wants.
Right.
There's a boy who identifies as a girl, he can't play on the team he wants. Take that same boy and switch his gender identity, but say he still wanted to play on the girls' team. Say he was a very unathletic boy. He likewise couldn't play on the team. So it's not the gender identity that's keeping him off the girls' team, it's his biological sex. His gender identity is wholly irrelevant to it. Now, I agree with you, there's a very significant disparate impact on transgender individuals by this law because they're the boys who are most likely to want to play.
Have we said that Title IX never covers that kind of disparate impact in terms of its discriminatory effect?
Well, it certainly doesn't cover disparate. First of all, I don't think Title IX covers disparate impact, period, because it uses.
But in terms of its discriminatory effect.
Yeah, discriminatory effect.
What are you talking about?
There are facts of life.
Right.
You either do or you don't.
It's a biological boy.
You're either dong or undonged.
Correct.
Yes.
The dogs can't play in the girls' sports.
That's it.
Pretty simple.
That's it.
It's the way it's been for all of humanity.
I think you should be arguing in front of the Supreme Court today. I think this guy's doing a fantastic job, by the way, of
he is.
keeping his cool.
And he's doing it in a polite way, too. He's
Well, you have to. I mean,
saying, well, to your point before, and, kind of agrees, and then,
Which one of us, David?
Huh?
Which one of us?
You, Jamie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm there. I'm in the gallery
man.
watching you. Yeah.
It's just not hard, man.
Watching you thunder away at the Supreme Court.
Well, you can't become a girl if you're a boy. I mean, you can listen to these high-minded numbskulls that try to make you believe that, but it's not true. Mm-hmm. Never going to be able to have a baby. Well, there's some females that can't have a baby. I know. We're just talking about biology. Shut the up. We all know. Next.
When the going gets tough.
Damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Dean.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Got to make it quick. Nimrod's in the News. We go to the Villages, Florida. Dude's passed out 2 a.m. in his golf cart at Lake Sumter Landing. Someone's like scared. They're trying to wake him up. They can't wake him up. They call 911. They come over there. They're like, hey, you got to wake up, man. He was hammered. He got a DUI for it. And that's Nimrod's in the News.
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Okay, news update, David Van Camp.
Well, the Supreme Court, again, is hearing arguments involving whether or not states can ban boys, biological boys, from playing in girls' sports. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, this is going, I might actually say this will probably be an 8-1 decision in favor of sanity. Ketanji Brown Jackson may be the only one who votes against it. But
shouldn't be surprised, I guess.
I could be wrong, but I'm just basing this off of the questions, and she does like to hear herself talk a lot, and it provides a glorious amount of content for us to hear Ketanji Brown, well, you saw her, Supreme Court Justice appointed by Joe Biden, talk about common sense issues and always taking the opposite side of common sense.
Here we go. Roll it out.
The law actually operates differently, I think, for cisgender women and transgender women. That is, with respect to their desire to play on a team that matches their gender identity, cisgender women can do it, transgender women cannot. And so we...
Stop with the gender. It's biological, or you do it or not.
That's it.
Just stop it.
This is the simplest argument ever. Ever. This, I don't even know.
But all this gobbledygook and the gender and blah, 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 blah. Okay, what if you're a butterfly? You identify there. What are you going to do? I identify I can fly. Well, okay.
You can try.
I guess we'll account. What, do we give you wings? What do we do? Stupid.
And so we do appreciate a distinction, I think, that is being drawn on the basis of your gender status, gender identity status, trans
whatever you're feeling
or
that
cis,
day?
right?
Okay.
So it's like a second order discrimination, right? The first order is separating male from female.
Right.
What?
The second order is separating transgender women from cisgender women.
Oh, dear goodness.
That is to say, actually, it's all the first order. You're separating boys and girls.
That's it. That's all there is.
Pretty simple.
Just listening to that, it reminds me, I don't know why, but somewhere in my head, it's like a common sense guy goes to his first year of university and starts hearing this nonsense, and in his head he's going, what the are we talking about? Right. You're a guy.
Unbelievable.
You can't play with the girls.
You can be
pretty
whatever
simple.
you want to be or whatever you want to be. And we have to accept that. And
no.
If you identify as a monkey, you can sling your feces if you want. Because you're a monkey.
Oh, my gosh. Insanity. Okay, so you got that going on. Meanwhile, you have, well, a lot of protesters in Minnesota saying, we want ICE to leave. We don't want them here. You're not welcome here. Yeah. Okay, Kristi Noem says, well, we're sending more in. Yeah. That's just the way it's going to be now.
There'll be hundreds more in order to allow our ICE and our Border Patrol individuals that are working in Minneapolis to do so safely. We're going to continue to, if they conduct violent activities against law enforcement, if they impede our operations, that's a crime, and we will hold them accountable to those consequences. So unfortunately, when you don't have the partnership of the city, Mayor Fry and Governor Walz have been very clear that they're going to continue their rhetoric. They're going to continue to put criminals and corrupt illegal aliens above the people that live in that city and in that state.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Yeah. By the way, I loved it when Jake Tapper was trying to say, aren't you doing the ICE agent a disservice by jumping to conclusions? She's not having that.
I'm wondering if you're not doing a disservice to the officer by reaching a conclusion before the investigation takes place.
I haven't heard you say once what a disservice it's done for Mayor Fry to get up and to tell ICE to get the F out of his city, and AOC to stand up before she had any of the facts and call this officer a murderer. For individuals, well, call them out, Jake.
Yeah. Okay, Jake.
Well, he's going to write a book here in 6 months talking about how he got it wrong.
Well, actually, we're a few years out from that, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to go along with the lie for a while, and then all of a sudden when...
Do the mea culpa and write a book.
Yeah. 2030, he's going to write about how, ICE was actually arresting a lot of bad guys.
Yeah, I mean...
Jeez. Yeah, we went down part of the list. I mean, these are reprehensible people that have been... their deportations go back years, sometimes decades. It's crazy. And you got protesters standing in the way of ICE getting these people.
Mm-hmm.
And who is saying it's illegal to detain teenagers?
That would be the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Fry, made this curious claim explaining why they're suing the federal government for enforcing immigration law.
Okay.
You cannot drag pregnant women through the snow. You're not allowed to take teenagers out of their car and detain them when they are, in fact, American citizens.
Have you seen a pregnant woman getting dragged through the snow?
Again, they're sending out leftists to go and look like victims. They want people to be in dangerous situations so that they can have file footage to say, these guys are out of control.
Got it. All right.
That is against the law in every state. That is against our United States Constitution. And we're feeling the impact here in Minneapolis. Schools have closed. People are afraid to go to work, shop, or seek medical care.
Nope.
911 calls are up. Police resources are indeed stretched.
Oh, yeah, you care about the police a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, break. Yeah. This guy, dude.
I like the idea. You can't take teenagers out of cars if they're American citizens. Boy, I wish I'd heard that when I was a teenager.
Get out of the car. You can't take me out of the car.
I'm a United States citizen.
Right.
And a teenager.
The whole thing's laughable. Man, oh, man. Okay. I want to get to this clip of Chris Rufo because, he's been on this for a while. It's like anything he starts to investigate, he gets the goods. He gets the facts. Mm-hmm. And he's talking about spending last week in Minneapolis and what's going to happen next?
Yeah, I actually spent last week in Minneapolis, and there's two parallel stories. I mean, there is a panic within the Somali community. They've been found out for these massive fraud schemes, daycares, transportation, fake autism services, the whole 9 yards. But the political question is very important, and my sources in Minneapolis state government say that there are open inquiries into the potential involvement at the highest level of Minnesota politics. And so I think people will be taking a hard look not only at Governor Tim Walz, but also Congresswoman Ilhan Omar and State Attorney General Keith Ellison. We know that they have connections with convicted fraudsters. The question is, were they merely complicit in these schemes, or were they part of a broader conspiracy? We don't have strong evidence now, but I think people are starting to take a look.
Yeah. I bet they're going to find some.
Yep.
Well, whenever they're panicking like they are right now,
yeah,
and it's, hey, go look at this, go look at what ICE is doing, all of that, I think they're nervous. I think they are very nervous.
I do too.
Do you think Waltz ever does the perp walk?
It's possible. I mean, if we're going on history, probably not. You don't want to get your hopes up, but I think we're all wanting to see justice. Yeah. So we'll see.
Golly.
I mean, you think about it. You read all these different stories, the depth of the fraud and just the lying. And it was so easy for them to do it.
Yeah.
Making up autistic centers.
Yes.
Doesn't hell get a little hotter when you go that route?
Right. Well, and then,
I always thought that, yeah.
You know, increasing, basically fake autism diagnoses in order to get more money.
Yes. Man, oh man. Speaking of autism, the autistic Barbie came out.
I heard about this.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. Just because there's just so many now. Every malady has a Barbie now.
You think that's a bad thing? I'm not saying it's a good thing.
I was having this conversation with somebody just last night, and she was asking me that. How do you make her look autistic? I don't understand that. Like, I can understand, wheelchair Barbie because there's a wheelchair involved. Well, they give her like a fidget toy, and I guess her wrists are opposable or something, so she can fidget with stuff.
Yeah, I think that's it.
They have her in baggy clothing.
Toy, yeah.
A fidget toy?
Yeah.
Every kid uses a fidget toy.
Right.
How is that different?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Well, they've had different ones in the past. They had Down syndrome Barbie. I never saw the picture of it to know, okay, what do they do with that? I have no idea. But there were people with autism that reacted to the doll. I haven't heard it yet. I can play it if you want it.
They also gave her headphones, like noise-canceling headphones, which helps some people with more severe autism.
Okay. Do you want to hear the reaction?
Yes.
All right, here you go.
The fidget spinner feels relatable. I, myself, carry around a toy bag, and fidget spinners are one of the many toys I have in there.
I did approve her dress. It has frills, and loose dress makes her feel comfortable.
What are these? Headphones. You got headphones, don't you?
The eye gaze is a little indirect.
Okay. So it's not like focused, that sort of thing.
All right.
Well, I don't think they're going to release, a bunch of people saying this is highly offensive. Of course, it's going to be people saying, yeah, this is a really good thing.
I don't get how the eye staring is indirect. I'm looking at a picture of autistic Barbie right now, and I mean, just kind of looks like a Barbie.
Okay.
She's smiling.
Well, maybe you just don't have the eye for what they're talking about, Dave.
I don't know.
Or maybe you just say it and then people imagine it and it becomes true. It's like a Ketanji Brown, you saw her. You can just pretend it.
Yeah, booze problem, Ken. Comes with a bridge that he lives under. Yeah.
Boy. Something else out there.
Like severe alcoholic Ken.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the accessories you can get with it.
He's got a 40 of Mickeys.
Yeah.
Surprised you're not taking a shot at me here and having ADD, Ken, or something. What would that have?
Well, that's so audible, though. You almost need a pull string on that.
No, it's just an empty box because the people who made it kept getting distracted and forgot to actually make the toy.
Actually, some people with ADD, when they're hyper-focused, they can create a lot of different things.
It comes with
it's just when there's stuff that they're bored with, they can't.
It comes with a little plastic squirrel.
It's a wind-up toy, too.
Yeah. Squirrel!
Did you hear the story where Alec Baldwin, is he joking about this, or is this serious? Talking about the reason that Yoko Ono broke up the Beatles is because John Lennon and Paul McCartney were in love with each other?
What?
It's a weird thing.
Never heard that.
Yeah, it's a video that's posted of Lennon and McCartney in a film studio in 1969 performing a version of Two of Us, and it looks like they're having fun. And then at one point, the camera cuts to Yoko, who is not amused at all. And then in the comments, Alex said, I think it's clear that these two were in love. And a certain third party is thinking, I've got to put an end to this.
That's a reach.
Does Alec Baldwin ever think, you know what, maybe I ought to just try to stay out of this one, no matter what?
I mean, based on his past, he does know how to put an end to things.
Thinking the same. Yeah.
Killed a woman.
He did. Yeah. Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your favorite there. Yeah. There's a couple other stories we got to get to, plus the 5 stories we're watching today coming up in just a few.
Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for anyone out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at Vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops on Prize Picks. Start the new year right with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. On Prize Picks, you simply pick 2 to 6 players, pick more or less on their stat projections, and submit your lineup. Prize Picks also has early payouts, so if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. You can also copy lineups with one click with the new social feed feature. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code MVCR. $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code MVCR on Prize Picks. $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Win or lose, you get the $50 in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. You know what it's time for. The 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Number 5, the House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer says that former President Bill Clinton will be facing a contempt of Congress referral over refusing to appear to testify today. No one is above the law. Number 4, Trump says he's canceled meetings with Iranian officials, telling protesters that help is on the way. Not clear what that help may look like. Number 3, the Supreme Court is hearing arguments in a case that will decide whether or not states can ban biological boys from playing in girls' sports. Number 2, Greenland's prime minister in a joint press conference with Denmark leadership says that we choose Denmark over the United States. Cute. Number 1, Trump had a message for Minnesota as chaos continues. On Truth Social, he says, "Fear not, great people of Minnesota. The day of reckoning and retribution is coming. You're going to clean up the fraud. You're going to get, ICE back on the job. It's going to be great."
Yes.
All right. Those are the top 5 stories that we're keeping an eye on today. If you want to lose meaningful weight at a healthy pace and actually keep it off, add lean to your diet and exercise routine. Get 20% off when you use code MVCR at takelean.com. That's MVCR at takelean.com.
Saw this survey, 2,000 people. Asked what features they hope their phone's going to have in 10 years. So in 2036. A couple of these could be cool. The rest, I'm not too sure. Last an entire week on a single charge.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Real-time language translation.
That would be nice.
Okay. 3D holograms.
Of what?
Phones that project holograms so you can have 3D meetings or manipulate objects in 3D.
Why do I need that?
That's what people are wanting.
Why do you need a touch screen?
Yeah. Does it freak you out a little bit, the hologram thing?
Yes.
You wouldn't want that.
Nope.
Okay. Boy, this would drive you crazy, David. People are actually saying they'd love to have this. That the phone would listen in and instantly give you helpful suggestions.
No. It is already listening.
I know. It is crazy how it happens. I mean,
Well,
it's something random that you talk about and it pops up within 5 minutes somewhere else. Yeah. Real-time advice without asking. I don't want that ever.
No.
Ooh, buddy. And then people said, take control of my finances and monthly bill paying.
Oh, God.
No way.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, there are already, sort of automated budget software pieces that you can get.
Yes.
Well, how much of your stuff just goes right out of your account anyway? I mean, automatically.
Depends on if you set it up that way.
Yeah, quite a lot, though. You can do that, yeah.
Do you do that?
With some stuff, yeah.
Does it scare you?
No, I'm okay with that because these are pretty reputable.
Okay. And this I could not believe. The other one. I hope my phone anticipates my thoughts and auto-inserts them without me having to type.
Oh, no.
So you just want to outsource your humanity.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
It's interpreting my thoughts?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Anticipating.
No, thanks. I'm in deep trouble. Yeah.
Wow. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins show. You know that one dude, that mentalist?
Yeah.
What's his name? Oz? It's Oz, right? Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Got me on that one.
He was on Sean Ryan's podcast.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that podcast, man, it's over 2 hours. But, the little trailer was really good because it said it made him walk off set. Because he can anticipate people's thoughts. That's the whole trick, right? Whether you believe it or not. You watch part of this. I probably watched 10 minutes of it and then forward to the part where he's predicting things that they were thinking, and then a producer. It was wild. And Sean Ryan is seriously freaked out by the whole thing. He just kept saying, what the bleep? What the bleep, man?
No part of that.
Yeah.
No part.
All right, got a couple of news updates and the Scott Robbins trifecta in just a few. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. News update, David Van Camp.
Supreme Court hearing arguments today involving whether or not states can, in fact, ban boys from playing in girls' sports. Samuel Alito, conservative justice, man, he was killing it today. So he's asking questions of the person who is arguing in favor of dongs in girls' sports. And he just wants to go back to basics. And, well, here we go.
Okay.
Do you agree that a school may have separate teams for a category of students classified as boys and a category of students classified as girls?
Yes, Your Honor.
If it does that, then is it not necessary for there to be, for equal protection purposes, if that is challenged under the Equal Protection Clause, an understanding of what it means to be a boy or a girl or a man or a woman?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that definition? For equal protection purposes, what does it mean to be a boy or a girl or a man or a woman?
Sorry, I misunderstood your question. I think that the underlying enactment, whatever it was, the policy, the law, we'd have to have an understanding of how the state or the government was understanding that term to figure out whether or not someone was excluded. We do not have a definition for the court. And we don't take issue with we're not disputing the definition here. What we're saying is that the way it applies in practice is to exclude birth sex males categorically from women's teams, and that there's a subset of those birth sex males where it doesn't make sense to do so according to the state's own interest.
Well, how can a court determine whether there's discrimination on the basis of sex without knowing what sex means for equal protection purposes?
Great question.
I think here we just know we basically know that that they've identified pursuant to their own statute, Lindsay qualifies as a birth sex male, and she's being excluded categorically from the women's teams as the statute. So we're taking the statute's definitions as we find them, and we don't dispute them. We're just trying to figure out, do they create an equal protection problem?
Well, the entire argument crumbles when you say, hey, how can it be sex-based discrimination if we can't define what sex is?
Yeah. Great
Exactly.
question. Great question.
Yeah. You take a step back, and you are like, this is insane that this is even happening.
Yeah.
That it made it
Oh,
this
it is.
far.
Yeah.
And that you have to spell it out for certain people.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I think liberals know they're cooked on this. I mean, they've lost in the court of public opinion on this.
Yes.
Completely. And again, most people don't spend all their days thinking about this, but when they're asked the question, they're like, well, no. Boys should not be playing in girls' sports. That's insanity.
Yeah, the BS argument the left says, well, the right is just obsessed with this.
Yeah.
No, they're obsessed with common sense.
Well, and they're falling back on that argument. Lisa Rubin is a legal analyst for MS Now. And she says, well, we shouldn't even be having this conversation, but Republicans are such big meanies.
Oh, gosh.
The very fact that we're talking about the difference between biological males and cisgender males has been foisted upon us by a campaign of fear being driven by the right against
Campaign of fear. Yeah, it's fear that dongs show up in the girls' locker room where they don't want them.
Yeah.
That's where
and
we
you've
have
also seen attacks on women in those places.
Yes.
So there has to be protection. Dopey.
Some women who want to participate in women's sports. One of the plaintiffs here, Becky Pepper Jackson, she was the plaintiff and is now the respondent in the West Virginia case. She transitioned when she was in 3rd grade, has never undergone the kind of puberty that a biological male would necessarily go through. And so her argument is, to Leah's point, sort of some men...
Dong or not.
Right. 3rd grade, by the way.
Yeah, that's sickening.
Yes.
I heard that and my stomach just turned. I didn't know that.
Yeah, in these crazy states that will take kids away from the parents if they don't affirm. No, that kid should have been taken away from those parents in a just world.
Sort of some men, but not all men. She says that from a biological standpoint, she is indistinguishable from other women.
That's not even close to true.
Drop trial, let's see.
Well, not only that, but down to your basic DNA. I mean,
yes.
At a genetic level,
yes,
you are very much distinguishable from an actual woman. My goodness.
Bunch of freaks, man.
Are you a degreed scientist, David?
I took biology in high school.
There you go.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so that's your update there. With Minnesota and the fraud, Scott Bessent, Treasury Secretary, we're going to follow the money. Uh-oh.
What we do is follow the money, just like we followed it with the mafia, just like we follow it with the drug cartels. And we will find out who's done this. I announced today that we are going to put in effect a whistleblower program, and my sense is that the rats will turn on each other.
Yes, looking forward to that. Meanwhile, Sunny Hostin on The View, she's thinking, people around this country, they don't want ICE anymore. You used to be able to not say abolish ICE, but she thinks the tide is turning.
Abolish ICE now, when that was a lefty thing before. Everyone's saying abolish ICE. You should never say that. You should never say that. I think people, red states, blue states, these are the United States of America, and people don't want to see murder in the killing in the street.
Boy, that's brain dead, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And I'm guessing they're never going to bring up the people that they're still trying to get off the streets.
Right.
People that have raped children. Along with a bunch of other crimes. It's just totally crazy. Best thing you can do is just laugh at those people. And fight it, of course.
Well, yeah.
Push back on it.
Just let them know,
Yes.
no, you're wrong. You can be wrong. You're allowed to be wrong. It's a free country. But
Yes.
just know that you're wrong.
All right. You ready for your big three?
Yep, let's
You
go.
look exasperated, Scott.
Well, it's that kind of stuff. Just this whole case, it just pisses me off that it ended up at the Supreme Court.
Oh.
It's just so irritating to me.
Yeah.
Because it's so fundamentally just black or white, red, green. That's it.
Yes.
You either do or you don't. Whatever.
You're not alone. It
I
drives
just
a lot of
can't-
people crazy.
You know, and logical arguments. I mean, Alito's argument was certainly logical. I mean, you heard it, right?
Yes.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yes.
But it's like, why do you have to go to this weird place to bring it all together to prove a point that should be just fundamentally, if I'm in 6th grade, 4th grade, I know.
It does seem like life has its own problems already.
God.
And then you've got more created by this.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
so
frustrating.
dumb.
Yeah.
And hey, man, if you guys want to run on that, run on it, because you're going to end up running on it anyway. You
Right.
protect criminals, and you want dongs in locker rooms. That's all I need to know. That's it. That's it. That's your party.
Are you ready?
1, 2, put my shoe on.
It's the 3 most important news stories of the day. I hit the trifecta. Well, at least according to Scott Robbins. It's the trifecta on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
Every day about this time, Scott Robbins' top 3 stories, helped by his buddy, his hero.
I'm Casey Kasem.
You listening to these arguments today, Casey? Are you? Have you been?
I ain't gonna stand for it.
Well, no, you shouldn't. And I agree with you this time, buddy. You and me on this one, okay?
Thank you. I'm ready.
Fine.
3.
Number 3, sports fan turned down big money.
Yeah, this is interesting. 16 years ago, a woman by the name of Jennifer Land decided to start buying Indiana Hoosiers football season tickets. Now, she did it not necessarily because she was a big football fan, particularly in Indiana. She did it to move up in line to get basketball tickets, which is what she really wanted, right? But she ended up with the season tickets, ended up going to games, and kind of fell in love with the Indiana Hoosier football program. Well, over the weekend, after the Hoosiers, just beat the tar out of Oregon in the Peach Bowl, Land learned she won the IU CFP Championship Lottery. 4 tickets, lower level, really good seats, valuable seats. We're talking seats where only like the, Miami OnlyFans models are going to be sitting, right? These are huge. And people are offering her all kinds of money for it. And she said, no, I don't want the money. I want to go to the game. And I want to take some friends of mine. So that's what she's going to do. She said right then and there, she goes, I don't want any Miami Hurricane fans getting a hold of these seats either. In other words, buying them and then reselling them on the other market, right? Which happens all the time. She said, I'm certainly not rich. She did graduate, she said, from IU, and she said, but I've been a season ticket holder for many years. Loyalty pays off. Remember that, kids, she added. Now, this is something kind of cool. She's going to take her son's boss and a couple of his buddies to the game with her. Only thing she's asking is, give me at least face value on the ticket, so that way I can pay for my hotel and transportation to get to the game.
Do you have any idea how much she was offered for the tickets?
I have no idea, but I know they're going for like $5,000. It's the largest ever, by the way, in terms of where they sit right now.
$5,000 a ticket?
Yeah.
So she could get $20,000 out of it?
She could. It's awful hard to turn that down, isn't it?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I can hear Dave Ramsey screaming right now.
What, are you out of your mind? Why don't you take them boys to a bar and watch it on TV?
Now, on with the countdown.
Scott Robbins trifecta top 3 of the day up to number
2.
Number 2, People Magazine had their obituary for Scott Adams, who passed away
Terrible.
after a
Terrible people. Bad people. Yeah, Scott Adams passed away earlier today, and I figured there'd be a bunch of hate on X and whatnot, social media, because they didn't like him.
Mm-hmm.
So People Magazine decided to pull off even worse. Here's the headline: Scott Adams, disgraced Dilbert creator, dies at 68.
Disgraced.
Yeah.
Oh, are they going to quote when he said, I'm no longer going to help black people?
Yes. He often weighed in on politics in his later years, too, and endorsed President Donald Trump in the 2016 election. He was also opposed to the COVID-19 vaccine and masking. He reported in 2023 that he once questioned the death toll of the Holocaust. And then comes the black thing, right? You knew that was coming. He said, in part, nearly half of blacks are not okay with white people. That's a hate group. I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is stay the hell away from them. Because there's no fixing this, he said.
If you were one that listened to him, a lot, you would know his argument was, listen, there's no winning. It doesn't matter what you do, you can't win, which is really critical race theory.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not a person of color.
Right.
You have to jump through all these hoops and, quote, do the work, and it's still not enough. But if you do help, then you're a white savior. And he's like, and he was talking about how he had tried to help black people all his life. But he's like, I'm exasperated. There's nothing I can do. I can't win. So I'm done.
Yeah.
So you kind of understood it if you listened to him.
It's just, even in death, I mean, they can't even... He
Not only
just
that,
died, and this is what they're bad people.
He was one of the first guys that I ever knew with the Stones to go out there and say, I was discriminated against because I was white. I was passed over with a number of different office jobs and was told that I was, better at the job and more qualified, but they had quotas for people of color, so he didn't get the job. And it used to be you just couldn't say those types of things, and he had the Stones to do it.
And the countdown continues.
Scott Robbins, Trifecta, top 3 of the day.
And finally, 1.
Someone hit by a fan.
Yeah.
What?
There was the man that it was a basketball game that was going on. Third-degree assault of a 15-year-old player on the opposing team of his kid. This guy's 36 years old, punched a 15-year-old after the game. He's being charged with third-degree assault and endangering the welfare of a child. In the video, which aired, by the way, on News 12 in Long Island, the fight can be seen breaking out among players on the court. 3 teens start pushing and shoving each other. Ref tried to squash the thing by getting in between them, prompting, of course, other players to run onto the court. So you got coaches, you got security, you got spectators running towards the brawl when this guy appears to engage with a player. Later in the video, the player seemed to be stumbling around in pain. The guy clocked him. The altercation occurred with 44 seconds left in the game. By the way, he was not allowed to come back onto any other high school basketball games again and was arrested. You see this stuff. I talked to a guy the other day that's a ref.
Mm-hmm.
That refs high school basketball.
Yeah.
He said, I'm done with it. I'm not doing this anymore. He said, it's brutal.
Because it's just getting out of hand.
You have no idea. I'm getting $70 a game or $100 a game or whatever. No.
For years now, it's been harder and harder to find decent refs.
That's what he said. He said the same
And there
thing.
you have it.
Yeah.
Dang.
Scott Robbins, Trifecta, top 3 of the day.
What did the 15-year-old say?
I was going to say, is it wrong to say, what did the 15-year-old do?
Well, he got into it with there was a skirmish, I guess, on a hard foul, and these guys are all after each other and on the court.
If you're going to act like a grown man, you're going to have to take responsibility like a grown man.
Yeah. It's the way it always used to be. I know that.
Take a good beating a couple of times. You won't be so anxious to do it again.
Oh, man. All right. Got to get to another news update, and Nimrod's in the news in a few.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected! Also, you forgot to renew your website domain and now you're in a bidding war!
You should see the look on your face. At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room and now everything smells weird! Alright!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops on Prize Picks. Start the new year right with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. On Prize Picks, you simply pick 2 to 6 players, pick more or less on their stat projections, and submit your lineup. Prize Picks also has early payouts, so if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. You can also copy lineups with one click with the new social feed feature. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code MVCR. $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code MVCR on Prize Picks. $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Win or lose, you get the $50 in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details.
Okay. The Markley Van Camp and Robbins Show. Be honest, how many fad diets have you tried over the years? No shame in that. A lot of people have done it. And here's the crazy part. By the time the average person hits 60, they've lost and gained back hundreds of pounds. Most people have no idea how much damage that constant up and down does to your body. Doctors have a name for that. It's called weight cycling.
Yeah, and about half of Americans do it. You know what it is. You lose 10 pounds, then it creeps back in a couple of months, then maybe you add on a couple of more. It's brutal on your body, and honestly, it's just exhausting and frustrating. Bottom line is most people need real help when it comes to weight loss, and that's where Lean comes in. Lean is a non-prescription, doctor-created oral supplement, not an injection, and the science behind it is impressive.
Yeah, the study ingredients work 3 ways. It helps maintain healthy blood sugar, it controls your appetite and your cravings, and it burns fat, converts that into energy. So that helps keep the weight off. So if you want to lose meaningful weight and do it at a healthy pace and actually keep it off, add Lean to your diet and exercise routine. Get 20% off right now when you use the code MVCR at TakeLean.com. That's MVCR at TakeLean.com.
News update, David Van Camp.
Thought this was kind of interesting. Of course, there's the big hootenanny going on at the Supreme Court today over whether or not states can ban boys from playing in girls' sports. And as usual, whenever there are arguments out there, there are protesters and counter-protesters. It seemed like the crowd was pretty big for the pro-get dongs out of girls' sports. They weren't as loud as the pro-dongs in girls' sports crowd. But former Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver Frank Murphy was there. He spoke up.
Really?
Was like, yeah, as a father, I want to make sure that we have fairness in girls' sports.
Good for him. Love to hear that. All right, we're running out of time. We got to get to Nimrods. Here we go.
When the going gets tough,
Damn it, this is too hard.
the dumb get dumber.
All right, Dean.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrods in the News. All right. If you're on a flight and you're just trying to sit in first class, but you really don't have the tickets and then you're caught, you're just kind of like, oh, my mistake. I thought it belonged. No, these were like, we're not going anywhere.
Uh-oh.
Cops come in, ended up cuffed, wrestling on the ground. It was awesome, and that's Nimrods in the News.